From Times Square in the heart of New York City, welcome to All Night with Joey Reynolds. Joey's guest tonight, cabaret performer Sidney Myer. Singers Goldie and Paul Dver. Comic Phil Selman. Actor and award-winning songwriter Paul Hampton. Comic Michael Fine. Hip-hop artist Moe Money. Eddy Goldman and the MMA Fighters. And special feature, the premiere of the Jewish Hour. Ladies and gentlemen, Joey Reynolds.
The introduction to the show is longer than the show. How many people are you going to squeeze into a room tonight? I had a really tough afternoon. I spent the afternoon with Mayor Bloomberg knocking cigarette butts out of bag ladies' mouths. It's we don't want to smoke in the city anymore. Nobody can smoke. The only people who can smoke are the people who invented this place, the Indians. And they have the corner on that market. And a couple of drug dealers too, which we shouldn't talk about. But you know, as far as Coke is concerned, did I say Coke? I meant this Coke. You know, I mean, I've been trying to get the Coke Zero account, remember? And then I went to Diet Coke, now I'm down to Coke Regular. And they still haven't bought time. So this show is now Dr. Brown friendly. A little goofy. I don't know. I'm playing with blocks. Can you see what's going on here? We keep doing this every night, right? We make little words out of this. This is my friendship. What you do is you put names. Peter Wheatfall gave us this one. He was here the other night. You sign, every guest signs these. Speaking of Mayor Bloomberg, he had blocks to play with when he was a kid. 51st Street, 52nd Street, 53rd Street. We got a little different economy. Can you take a picture of my great Cadillac car to help General Motors, even though the dealership for Martin Cadillac is closed? And then just behind it is the guy we have that secures the parking spot. We have the guy with the tow fetish. He's the, what do they call those cops that tow cars? Mean. No, you know, you go down to the dock with your car and you got to redeem it for about $300. So don't park here. We urge you to not park. Do not park in Times Square. And it's a mall on this side behind me here. You know, you see people walking by and the great American flag. You know, we're very patriotic. And I think being here in this location has been just it's a therapy for me because I have my back to the city. And when you have the city of New York behind you, you're in Jersey. But I'm loving this, you know, I'm loving this show. And I visited Chuck Scarborough tonight over at the news. Yeah, I went to the main room. I went to 30 Rockefeller Center. They let me in the mothership. I haven't been a lot in there since I replaced Howard Stern in 1986, I think it was. And they took my privileges away. Today they removed the peacock. You know, they got rid of that as a logo with the new owners with Comcast. So I guess, you know, we're going NBC plain. It's not going to be NBC fancy anymore. Of course, the peacock is only a symbol, just like the gopher. Which, speaking of the mayor again, you know, he was in Staten Island, where that Puxatawny Bill started the whole legend in Puxatawny, Pennsylvania. But in Staten Island, we imitate that here. And in Staten Island, they have a zoo, as you probably know. But the gopher sticks its head out of the hole, and you get 6 more weeks of winter if he sees his shadow. And the mayor went to that the other day. Of course, if they did that in my neighborhood in Harlem, we would just eat the sucker. You know, I mean, that's a meal. That's not patriotism. Now we're just talking food. But anyway, I was going to tell you about Chuck Scarborough, and then I rerouted myself. I think I got this from my mother. We got a little bit of an appearance on NBC Channel 4 on their what do they call that thing? What's that newscast called? Is it late news, late edition? Nightly news. Nightly news. Thank you. I forget. I can't remember everything. I'm not a TV guide. But, you know, the nightly news with Chuck Scarborough, who's a good guy, a real good guy, and he's a pilot also, you know. And he has My cheesecake. I brought him my cheesecake. Anyway, let me show you what happened there. I think we got a little tape of that? You want to roll it? All right, here's the visit.
You know, if you're into late night TV, there was a brand new option for you right here on New York Nonstop. All Night with Joey Reynolds debuted last week. Here to tell us about it is the host, Joey Reynolds himself. Joey, welcome.
Hi, Chuck. How are you?
So how do you like it here on
I like being in the main
Nonstop?
room. You know, they put me in Times Square to try to hide me.
Yeah, how is that down there in that studio? You're the first guy to do a show out of the the NASDAQ studio. What's that all about?
Well, what I wanted to do was, in this generation, we have digital television, which is channel 4.1, 4.2. Right. You know how we're doing that now, and so this would be the first mainstream show where we actually have a location, and it's triple casting. You know, we start with the television, then we'll add the radio and the internet. Right. So, you know, we're in a different world right now.
Oh, yeah.
Not you. I mean, you don't have to worry about it. You're a long time.
Well, this is a different world. You don't want cable. We can be naughty. This is cable.
No.
This is a different world.
What I mean by you is, I mean, God, you have such a great history and been such a great newsman for so many years.
But this interview is about you, so okay. We'll talk about you. I know you brought me a cheesecake trying to butter me up here, or telling my show's cheesy, one of the two, right?
This is I'm trying to fatten you up.
Okay, all right.
No, this is handmade. You know, I make this stuff myself, and I want to make sure that you gain a little weight.
Yeah. You know, this idea of the simulcast and triple casting, taking radio and television and internet and rolling it all into one little package is gaining a lot of traction now. You know, IBIS does it. In 1985, I was here on WNBC radio.
Right. And I had just come from Dver, which was KOA Radio and Television, owned by GE NBC. And I was on the air all night following Letterman, leading into Tom Snyder, who incidentally does not take food from listeners or viewers. And I was thinking of that when I made the cake. Yeah. He would never take a cake from anybody because he was afraid.
Well, there were people trying to poison him.
Yeah.
That was why. It was clearly a rational thought. You know?
Well, but now you trust me a little, don't you?
I don't know yet.
I don't either.
I've heard some things about you.
Well, the KOA Radio and Television was a simulcast. Yeah. And we were onto something back then, but it was a little too soon. And we didn't have the digital technology. I mean, you know, it's far too technical, but the band is this narrow. On channel 4 is that narrow. It used to be that wide. Yeah. So, you know, they call it broadband. And we're using it for other stuff. It's easier to say. Sure. Well,
I've seen your show, and I like you have some production values there. It isn't just a radio show on television. You're actually working hard to have some production values.
Well, yeah. Well, it's what we're trying to do is the same thing I did in Denver, which is a combination. Yeah. And you know, you have to do certain things on the radio and the TV differently. For instance, you don't hold something up on the radio. So if you refer to it on the radio and they don't see it, they're missing out. So you got to kind of be a little bit clever with it.
Sure. Okay. Well, Joy, good luck. Good luck with the show. Welcome aboard.
When are you coming to do it?
Anytime, and it all night in your definition is 2 hours, right? The show's
you got a couple hours, midnight till 2.
Yeah, I get off it.
And I want to tell everybody that I'm not replacing Regis Philbin.
Okay.
I'm looking to replace Mubarak.
Well, I think I have a shot.
I want a country. I don't want a show.
All right, Joey, thanks a lot. We'll be right back with more New York Nightly News. Stay with us.
Chuck's a good guy. I think I rattled him a little bit. But, you know, you notice the set, he's got that large desk that separates us. You know, and I got one of these. Look, guys, come on. Show this thing off. We got one of those bargaining tables here. And I want Chuck to know that mine is bigger than his. That doesn't sound right. We're gonna be right back with the Jewish Hour. Hey, hold on.
When New York celebrities have something to say, they head for the stoop.
This is my stoop. I gotta come to the stoop.
Talk Stoop.
I feel like we're so close that we could kiss. This is a whole other kind of stoop.
It's where Cat Greenleaf gets people talking.
What? Really?
Yep.
That's amazing. Yes. Listen, Naked. Do you mind if I call you Naked? Tell me something good.
The best of New York on a stoop in Brooklyn.
The celebrity butts that have graced the stoop.
Talk Stoop, weeknights at 8 on New York Nonstop. Sponsored by Cozy. Life should be delicious.
I'm an anchor and a pilot.
I am passionate about chocolate.
I am a ballerina.
I'm the daughter of a jazz musician.
I am a 4-time New York Golden Glove champion.
I'm a grandpa.
Yeah, I'm a grandma.
I'm interested in the story behind the story.
I'm making this look natural.
I am glamorous.
I'm an anchor and a blues girl.
I am all about my craft.
I am New York.
I am New York.
I'm a New Yorker.
I am New York.
I am New York.
This place is fantastic. I recommend this place.
We're all about New Yorkers. LX New York. It's the story of the moment. A taste of the best. It's opening night. A helping hand. The characters of New York. The spirit of New York, told our way. LX New York, weekdays at 5. We're all over town.
Just trying to hang around. I'm just trying to hang around with a few friends. So we have a radio thing that we're bringing to television. Now this will be the first time. Let me move around a little bit here. I had to make sure that my chair is higher than everybody else. Because last night on that show, I guess Rick and who else was on with me last night again? Dave. Dave, yeah, Dave Koenig. Yeah, that's right. Dave had his chair pumped way above me like he was going to take over, you know, so I had to.
I noticed that.
I had to hit him. All right, so tonight, this is what we used to do on the radio called the Jewish Hour. And we did it on Thursday nights because, on Friday nights rather, because Jews can't listen, you know, by religion. You're supposed to have what they call a Shabbat Goy. And that would be, in the Jewish Orthodox religion, somebody who is non-Jew, who turns on the television and presses buttons for elevators, anything electronic.
Right.
So, you know, even you wouldn't even be watching the show on in an Orthodox house.
Correct.
Enough of a Gentile talking. We've been off the air for 9 months.
Wait till you're introduced, because nobody knows you from television.
Matter.
So what else is there?
So the television presence of the Jews might be, this might be a starker move. You know, I mean, we're going to have to present everybody who they are used to hearing on the radio when we were on WOR with this thing.
Yeah.
And I could just see the people over at Buckley Broadcasting saying, he's not going to do that Jewish hour thing again, is he?
Of course, yes.
And the answer is,
the Jews are back.
Yes, we are.
The Jews are back.
You know, and over at WASP, which is our new station for WASPs. Now we got Paul Dver and his wife Goldie Dver, who are on the panel here tonight. Welcome to the show.
Nice
These
to be
two
here.
guys over to my right, which is on your left, because television's always.
Which is my monitor?
None. Also,
I paid them not to focus on you.
and Myra Chanin, who's known as Interruptus Maximus. She's Mother Wonderful, and she's on the radio with us for years.
And the resident Yenta.
Yes, and Sidney Myer, who is an entrepreneur over at Don't Tell Mama. He puts all those acts on in cabaret together and makes that place hum. And a lot of people, believe me, they have a lot of hummers over there.
Oh yeah.
What's the name of that club?
Don't Tell Mama. And I wouldn't.
What did you say?
My Yiddish mama.
Now explain the Jewish hour, because a lot of people think, you know, it's like
They don't understand the derivation of it.
Yeah.
Well, can I tell you, when people ask me, what is the Jewish hour? I always say, just picture your dysfunctional family sitting around the dinner table bitching, and that's it. And we are regular dysfunctional family members.
Yes.
Oh,
Where's the food?
you're saying, well, the food is from Sarge's Deli tonight.
I already had the corned beef sliced so thin, paper thin, you can read a newspaper through it.
You want Sarge's Deli. That's an important ingredient.
Yeah, you're here to eat.
Yes.
You're not here, and you're here to sing tonight.
My wife is singing.
Oh, you're not going to sing?
If you want me to.
No.
No, we don't want you
We
to.
don't want you
No.
to.
Don't get some.
No.
I told you I didn't bring the duct tape.
We have some tricks in our bag.
Yeah, well, you know what? Television is going to make it a whole different thing, you know, because on the radio we can get away with a lot of this interaction, but on TV people actually get to see us, and they may be a little bit surprised, you know, that people don't look like they sound. And you know what? The audience doesn't look like they sound either.
No, they don't.
And they don't look like anything when you go and see them in public.
That's
they
right.
think we're different. I think they're different, don't you?
Yeah, that's true.
And, you know, the Jewish Hour started out really with Lou Yeager, my friend down in Florida, using a word on the air which I never knew the meaning of about 15 years ago.
What word was that?
Mishpucha. And then I learned how to say it. It was mishpucha.
Yeah, I always said you have such a good chacha.
Yeah,
better than a lot of Orthodox Jews.
Far be it for me to correct you, but the word was meshugana.
No, that was the other word. That was the next week. So
that was when you came on, Myra.
Next week he said meshugana, and every time he would put one of these words in a sentence, and he says, "You're giving me tsuris."
Right.
And I said, "What are all these words?" He said, "Well, they're Yiddish." And I said, "What is Yiddish? Is that like a religion or something?" And he said, "No." I said, "Is it Hebrew?" Because I know it's certainly Judaism.
Yes.
But this was Louism.
Yes, no.
And so I decided that I would learn a little bit more about the culture.
And have you?
Yeah, I put on some vestments, said Mass.
Oh, please, you are more Jewish than half of my family members.
Well,
okay?
thank you very much.
The Italians have a similarity to the Jews.
Yes, and I love your wife, Chanin Punim.
Close. Shana Punim. Close enough. Yeah. But thank you.
Yeah, I'm using all the words I know. Now I'm out.
But I always say Italian and Jewish, it's same culture, just a different menu.
Yes.
Is that right? So it's about food.
It's about food, family, and again, complaining around the dinner table.
No, it's about holidays, is what it is. Myra, what's the best Jewish holiday?
All of them. You always eat.
You always eat, always. No matter if you're mad, you eat.
If you like kreplach, Pesach, kreplach. If you like,
kreplach is a wonton.
It depends what you like to eat. That's what makes the holiday.
Good
You like
food.
matzah, fried matzah, then Pesach's wonderful.
Matzah brei, and of course chicken soup is medical.
It's for every Friday.
Right? But isn't every Jewish holiday, they tried to kill us, we won, let's eat.
I believe that sums
something
it up.
in that vein.
Now, Sidney, you must have something to say about this whole gang. You've been the silent partner for so many years.
Well, I think I'm awake in a dream to be here. I mean, your radio show was on over 14 years, and this Friday night institution of the Jewish Hour, to think that we all can be together again in another arena.
Almost.
Well, we're almost together again. There's somebody missing.
Yeah, Mickey Freeman.
Well,
Mickey.
Just so that we feel that Mickey is here.
You got a picture?
I brought a picture
We'll put it on our little table here.
And we have to have a bag.
We'll get to it, but we're also going to do a celebration. Mickey used to take the food home from Sarge's in a Ziploc bag.
I couldn't find a Ziploc, but I put this
You
next
couldn't find the locks.
Just to commemorate.
We should have put locks on the locks. So he would take the food home and give it to the doorman.
I know.
A likely story.
Well, he would say that. Of course, his wife was downstairs being the doorman.
They were thin as Indians.
I got it.
I don't know why he felt we didn't have the right to eat it.
I don't know.
Or our doorman didn't.
No, that's true.
Why he had to lodge.
That's true.
Well, we had the fattest doorman in New York. We're over at Mickey's house.
Mickey's,
But he was a stand-up comic, the last living member of the show,
Sergeant
which was Sergeant Bilko. Yeah.
He was it, and now that he's gone, there's not one living cast member.
He said it was a very short-lived platoon.
Now we're going to take a break, and then we're going to come back with the historian, Eddy Friedwald,
Friedfeld.
Friedfeld,
It's a good thing you have me.
See, the Jewish Hour is back.
You're so lucky to have a mother to correct you all the time.
Well, you feel better that you got us now. Now it's like coming home, right?
Yeah, I know. Thank God I wore clean underwear.
I felt this was more important for me. It was like coming home. The Jewish Hour is more important to me than Jerusalem. I'm sorry. This is my homecoming.
Yeah. Have you ever been to Jerusalem?
No.
You might change your mind.
Not this week, anyway.
This is not exactly the Holy Land. All right, so Mickey Freeman, we're going to salute in just a minute. Eddie's going to come out here, and we got some footage from the show, and
some food.
We'll just go on as usual because he was one of the funniest men alive.
Yes.
Mickey,
yes.
Not Eddy.
No. Eddie writes about the funniest men alive. He did a great salute to Mickey Freeman one night at the 92nd Street Y.
Yeah.
Yes. All right, so we'll be right back. Let's take a little bit of a breather here, and I hope that somebody named Dr. Brown comes along, and Goldie Dver is going to sing. And she got something to sing right now? Yeah. I want Dr. Brown to sponsor the show, so if you know anybody who owns this thing. Who is Dr. Brown? Is this like Dr. Phil?
Like the Smith brothers.
Yeah.
Hi, I'm Howard Dvorkin, the founder of Consolidated Credit. For almost 2 decades, Consolidated Credit has helped millions of Americans just like you. We've helped nurses and doctors. We've helped police officers and firefighters. We've helped homemakers and home builders. We've helped over 5 million people suffering from credit card debt. And now we want to help you.
Consolidated Credit is the one company you can trust. Our exclusive Freedom Quest program can help you find options and solutions to your financial challenges. We can reduce your monthly payments by up to 50%, consolidate your bills into one easy payment, save you thousands in interest and fees, and help you get out of debt fast.
When credit card debt is the problem, we're the solution. We've helped over 5 million people. Let us help you.
You're one call away from financial freedom.
Call Consolidated Credit now. 1-800-440-2181. 1-800-440-2181.
Picture wonderful guests, terrific music, and comics that are really funny, and a host that's okay. That's me, Joey Reynolds, on NBC's New York Nonstop, and what the show is called is All Night with Joey Reynolds. We're actually doing the show from the NASDAQ market site, which is at 43rd and Broadway in Times Square. This is a show worth staying up for all night with Joey Reynolds on NBC's New York Nonstop.
Computer problems? Not a problem for Computer Haven. At a loss at what to do when a computer malfunctions or that inevitable virus strikes? Then call the guys at Computer Haven, the safe place for all your computing needs. Experts in computer and laptop repair, upgrades, and new custom-built PC, desktops, and Macs. Give us a call today, 732-264-1100, or visit us at computerhaven-nj.com.
I think Goldie Dver thinks this show, you've been watching it, right?
Absolutely, every night.
And you don't like that long walk-in that people do?
No, I love the production values of the show. I think it looks really
But that walk-in is like
clean. But the walking in crotch shot, I haven't seen one person that it's flattering to. Gotta tell you.
Well, let's try another. Eddy?
Let's see what you got.
So who do we have? Eddy Friedfeld?
Friedfeld. He's our friend. He writes books.
We know who it is.
They're good
There
books.
you go. Now that's a great
You know
shot.
what a pert walk is?
What?
That's what they do in jail.
Yes.
You know, when they have those orange designer suits on.
Now, how would we know that?
Because you invested with Bernie Madoff.
That's true.
It's very Jewish.
That's true.
You had a nice club, but it didn't work.
You know how to hurt a guy,
You
Joey.
have to be invited in.
You know, Paul, as you get on older, I mean, I've known you since Soupy Sales. And Eddy, I'm not ignoring you. Just hold on a minute. I just want to make
No more than usual.
It's a Jewish hour, so you know you go all over the place, as all Jewish dinners are.
Yes.
All right, now this is a seder for retards.
Excuse me?
I'm sorry. So you know we got Paul
That's
Dver,
anti-Semitic.
your wonderful husband,
Yeah.
who is beginning
yes.
to look more and more like Jerry Lewis.
Oh no.
Yeah, it must be the steroids or something. You know. No,
he did it without steroids.
Paul, when I first met you, you were a scrawny little kid like Jimmy Olsen with the Superman comics. You know, you had no fat on you at all. You were so narrow,
skinny.
And when you came into NBC, when Soupy had the show, Soupy Sales, and you produced a radio show,
yeah,
and you had all of those people around you, and you played the piano, and you guys sang, and created an environment of a real entertainment show.
Thank you.
When it was on the radio midday for a couple of years, I guess it was.
85 through 87.
Yeah, so you had a couple of years of it, like I said.
Same time when you were there at NBC.
And I used to come in there, and of course Howard Stern cut the piano cord.
Yeah.
On your piano because he didn't like the mess. Is that what it was that you left behind?
Lee, our producer, spilled some salad dressing by the door, and he said, "If you don't come and clean the salad dressing up, I'm going to cut Soupy Sales piano strings." And we said, "Go ahead, NBC will give us another piano. It's not ours. We don't care."
And you went on the road with Soupy then for a long time.
I was on the road with Soupy for 12 years, and that was his act. And we wrote the act together, and it was, you know, it was like traveling with the Beatles in some cities.
Oh, yeah,
in other cities, it was like traveling with nobody.
Traveling with me.
Traveling with Myra.
I sometimes drew a crowd of 4 people.
It was cold. You know, they'd say, who's Soupy Sales? And we go, we're going to do this show anyway. No matter what.
And you were still married to Goldie, even though you had all those girls with you.
No, Goldie came later. Don't make me hurt you. But Soupy, right to the end. In fact, in his last years of life, I put together another show when he was unable to perform, and I cut together videos. Some were outtakes and some were classic moments in Soupy's career, and I showed the clips and told the stories, and Soupy would come out and we would talk, and we did that right up to the end. So it was an honor to do that.
Can you do a little impression?
Of Soupy?
No, the...
White
Fang.
That's an impression. I thought that was how you talk.
You missed the motion with the hand. That's part of the impression.
No, they caught the hand. That's White Fang. And then finally, we worked Detroit, and Clyde Adler, who was the original White Fang, came up to Soupy's room. And he said, okay, Paul, Clyde, you're going to do a White Fang off. He said, Paul, and there was a lot of people at this party. He said, Paul, go ahead, do it. And I did the and he said, are you done? I went, no. And he said, all right, Clyde. And Clyde stepped over and he went, whoa! I mean, it was like he blew the whole room off. He was really White Fang.
It was such a cult following.
He did. He had a cult following. He was doing a kids show, but he didn't care. To him, it was live TV, and he'd be Soupy Sales. So it was never aimed at children. It was an excuse to do a show. And that's why he was so great. He never really looked at it as a kid's show. To him, it was a comedy show.
So Soupy passed away a couple of years ago.
Yeah, we lost Soupy.
And what you did was you did a composite of all of his career moves, some things that never made the air, like the Judy Garland CBS show that he shot.
Right.
And it never made the air because they changed presidents and he decided to not go with a variety show.
Broke his heart. He did a whole special for CBS and they never aired it.
So what we did was we took those films, you did it, you did all the editing and put it together, and you and Goldie and Trudy and myself went to the hospice.
Right.
And you put a television in front of him, and in his last hours.
Oh, the private video, the one I made just for him.
Yeah.
And I said, just let it run in the room, Trudy. Just if Soupy doesn't, you know, if he's sleeping or whatever, just leave it on. And she called me the next day. She said, he's watching your video.
Yeah.
I mean, it was tapes of him on talk shows, you know, when he was really Soupy. Yeah. And she said he's like staring at the set. And she said he passed away while watching. I said God did that, and I was only a part of it. I mean, I felt very happy.
Now, one of Soupy's best friends was Mickey Freeman.
Yeah. Yes.
Who was 94, was it?
Well, Mickey would kill you.
We're not allowed to say. We're not allowed to say.
But yeah, Mickey was in his 90s. He never told us his age. What was his joke? About, you asked him how old he was, he said,
and we don't go by age, we go by height.
Right.
So Mickey was on our show for all those years, and now Eddy is here. Eddy's a very good fan of both Soupy and, he's a good fan of anybody that's
becoming like
legendary.
A great comedian.
Sid Caesar. You know, Eddy did Sid Caesar.
Well, you guys said I'm not funny, and you mispronounced my name. Tomorrow night, my mother's going to be banging on that.
Did I say Eddy Friedwald? Well, I mixed him up with the other guy.
With Will Friedwald.
Will Friedwald.
And by the way, I canceled the trip to be here. I was supposed to be in Egypt. I'm interviewing Dick Cavett at the 92nd Street Y in Cairo.
So, don't mention Dick Cavett.
You know, as close as I got to going to Egypt is I went to the dunes in Las Vegas. I don't care about going.
They have a pyramid there, don't they?
And all these news guys, every one of them had to go to Egypt. Otherwise, they were going to lose their position on television. They're all crazy.
They are.
I mean, why would you walk into a mad crowd like that just to get ratings? Howard Beale lives.
And they're all getting hurt. Now they're turning on the press, and they're
I'm
killing
scared
them.
for Brian Williams. I don't want anything to happen to him.
Well, you know what it is? They would rather, you know, Martin Downey, who was one of my best friends and a former roommate.
Yeah,
when he lost his first lung, he had lost both of them. He lost the first one. No, from smoking, cancer.
Yeah.
He went on Larry King's show. The next time he had the other lung removed. I mean, or you know,
How can you have two lungs removed?
Half of it.
Half of it.
And you know, I mean, he had the other operation, the other side, and he could hardly breathe, and he was going back and forth, wheezing.
Oh,
and he went on Larry King's show, so his wife called me crying.
Yeah.
And so I called him and I said, "What are you, crazy? What are you doing getting out of a hospital running on Larry King? You would rather be famous than alive." You know, I mean, that's how sick this is.
But that's
you know, I mean, Katie
showbiz.
Couric would rather have her $30 million apartment in New York than have a life. You know, and I mean, really,
Now
what do
you
they,
changed
well,
areas.
one of them, you know, that Anderson Cooper, you know, the one.
Oh, he got beat up. He's fine.
Well, sure, that's what I'm saying.
But he loves that. It's like when Mike Wallace got thrown out of the convention. You know, I got hit. It's very dramatic.
Well, these guys are crazy.
Yeah.
You know, you remember Network? Patty Chayefsky wrote Network,
Yes.
and the film was a
Yes.
big
Great
hit.
movie.
Yes.
What did he say? Howard Beale he committed suicide to get ratings.
Right.
Yeah, I'm mad as hell, and I'm not going to take
Right.
it anymore.
Everything that they showed on that movie has come to pass.
It's all come
and
about.
more.
It's come about.
Right.
These guys are nuts.
But what do you do for a follow-up?
Well, you don't. First of all, you have to use a little bit of sanity. You know, I mean, you know, that country. Why do you think everybody is evacuating the country who is American? Because they're looking to blame somebody, and they're going to start on the people who are the most successful. People are very crazy right now on the planet when they don't have food and money, and you can't blame them for that. I mean, you know, you got to have it.
Yeah.
And you know, jobs are desperate.
Yes, but rock throwing,
is
that the new thing?
No, you know what's interesting to me too about that is that actually they have no oil in Egypt. They have the Suez Canal. Nothing's been disrupted, but the gas prices went up. So how do we get that going? That somebody, I'm being a little political now, I guess.
Yes, you are.
But, you know, how could it be $350?
Actually, you're being economical.
Well, what are we doing? Paying for a war that we are not in?
Well, you've been paying.
Again?
What else is new? What else is
For
new?
10 years.
For 10 years?
And this is the tribute Mickey would have wanted.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah, you introduced
We'll
Eddie,
take
and then we go to
You're
Egypt.
like Larry Storch. He did his whole act and never mentioned Mickey's name.
I don't want to hear the story about Pussy Green anymore either. Enough of that. God, you know, she was pretty famous. We're gonna be right back. What are we doing now? Are they gonna sing when we come back, or are we gonna do the Mickey? We got to do the Mickey.
You got to do the Mickey thing.
Yeah, we got to do the Mickey thing. So let's take a break, and we'll be right back.
Hi, I'm fitness celebrity Jennifer Nicoli. And if you're busy like me, then stay tuned because I'm excited to share with you the most innovative piece of exercise equipment ever.
Introducing the Ab Circle Pro, the fastest, easiest way to have the flat washboard abs and the sexy V shape you've always wanted.
Are you struggling to lose those love handles nobody loves? Now there's a machine so advanced, it targets your entire core, upper, middle, and lower abs, and even your obliques, all in one circular motion as it aerobically burns fat in just minutes a day.
The secret is the Ab Circle Pro combines cardio and abs to burn fat, while its unique friction-free track uses the momentum of gravity to target your entire midsection in a full circular motion, firing your core like no other machine has ever done. You'll firm and flatten your stomach in just weeks, not months. We guarantee it. Best of all, it's fun and easy and takes just 3 minutes a day. And watch this. Simply remove the pin, and the Ab Circle Pro becomes a fat-burning bun and thigh machine.
On the Ab Circle Pro, I lost almost 3 dress sizes in a few short weeks.
With the Ab Circle Pro system, I've now lost 60 pounds, I feel great, and I'm one hot mama.
And now, through this exclusive TV offer, the Ab Circle Pro can be yours to try in your home for 30 days for just $14.95. And if you call within the next 10 minutes, we'll send you Jennifer Nicoli's complete Lose Your Love Handle system, which includes our 3-minute express workout and nutritional guide, absolutely free. That's everything you need to transform that body from flab to ab.
You have nothing to lose but inches. So pick up the phone and call now.
Call 1-800-709-1301 to try Ab Circle Pro for $14.95 plus shipping with credit card order. Call now for a free upgrade to priority processing so you'll get your Ab Circle system in 7 to 10 days or less. That's 1-800-709-1301. Call now.
All right, this is the way this gang used to look when we first started the Jewish Hour. If we can get a close-up of this thing. It's a very old picture with an antique surrounding, and so is everybody in it.
Now, where's Mickey in that?
Mickey is
right
too
behind
short to
Joey.
be seen.
That's right.
Right behind Joey.
Oh, there we go. I don't
He's
know if
in
you
the
can pick this
middle.
up on the camera.
Should I point?
But we
where
got
he
Eddy.
is?
Eddy, you are the great writer of people who are legendary, including Sid Caesar.
Yes, and Mickey Freeman. And he's the last surviving cast member of the Bilko show. He said it was a high mortality rate for a non-combatant unit. That was like, Mickey was one of my first friends when I joined the Friars 12 years ago, and he was always helpful. I did a tribute to him at NYU. We got to honor him as part of the Bilko launch. We got to honor you, Joey. I think we have some pictures that we can show of that event, if we can cue those up.
Really?
And what else? Mickey, when Mickey got the call for the Bilko show, he said he was shaving in the bathroom, and he jumped to his car and he ran down to CBS and he got pulled over. There's a shot of Phil Silvers in the cast. It's right next to the legendary Phil Silvers, and he said that he got pulled over and he got a ticket not for speeding but for driving without pants. That's Phil Silvers with Maurice Gosfield, who was Doberman.
You know Doberman's real name?
Tell us.
That's what Maurice Gosfield.
Yeah.
Nobody knows that. Now they found him in a gutter.
They found Mickey said that he became one of the stars of the show, and he told Nat Hiken, who created the show, "I'm going to take acting lessons," and he said, "If you do, you're fired."
Yeah, now this is the scene of the mob.
And yeah, well, this was the first interracial cast on television, and Nat, Robert Klein, who was at the tribute that we were at the Friars Club, pointed out that Nat Hiken could have chosen any actors he wanted. He handpicked the cast members, including Mickey, which was really terrific. And I think we have a short clip from Bilko, which features Mickey. And Paul, do you remember what Musselman's Law is?
Yes. Musselman's Law states that anyone who is any beautiful girl must have
the uglier
the brother, the more beautiful
the sister.
So, Doberman's sister's coming to visit, and Bilko pawns him off on Zimmerman, and then Bilko suddenly realizes that the sister may be beautiful.
He talks himself into
it, so he tries to get her back.
Yeah.
All right, now this is the longest running show in television history.
Yeah.
Yes,
the Bilko
in
show.
1954.
More than Seinfeld and more than I Love Lucy and I think
one of the most successful
reruns
and
all
one
over
of
the
the
world.
best sitcoms.
All right, so here's
in
the
television
scene
history.
that we're
Here's the
talking
scene.
about right now.
Wait, Diane, she's mine. Wait. Diane, you're mine. Diane.
Zimmerman, you dirty snake, I hope your picture's a flop.
Sarge, wake up.
What's the matter, Sarge? What? Oh, it was a nightmare. A nightmare.
That's what it was. It was a dream. It was a dream. But it's a dream that's going to come true. I got to make it come true, or I'll regret it the rest of my life.
Sarge, what are you talking
You
about?
don't understand. I saw her. Diane Doberman. She's gorgeous. She's the most beautiful thing.
Sarge, you ain't never seen her.
What about Joan?
Joan? That was just an infatuation, boys. This is the real thing. This is love.
Sarge, Zimmerman is taking out Doberman's sister.
You talked him into it.
I'll talk him right back into it again.
Boy, I'd give anything to see that picture.
He just got it in the mail today.
Doberman's sister, huh? Hey, Sarge, understand you have a picture of Doberman's sister.
Hey, Zimmerman, I was just going to send for you.
Why you bunning it?
Congratulations, Zimmerman.
Why you bunning
That
it?
was the most unselfish thing I ever heard of, inviting that girl here for the weekend.
Why you bunning it?
Never mind.
And I want you to sign this paper.
Sign what?
It's a pledge that from the moment you pick up Doberman's sister at the bus station to the moment that she leaves this camp, you'll constantly be at her side.
What do you mean? What do you mean?
Never mind, just sign it. I'm afraid that you take one look at her and...
Sarge, you
and
mean
you'll-
she's that bad?
Did you ever see such ugly ashes? Here, sign the paper.
Oh, yeah, I'll sign nothing.
Be a man, it's only for a weekend. You'll get over it.
No, you
Please.
take her out.
No,
That's
get
all
your
you take her.
Please, Zimmerman, please.
Well, Diana's mine.
Oh, Mickey. Nicola, up in the sky, we miss you.
You better hope he's up there.
Yeah, he's up there. He's up there.
Now, when we celebrated him at the Friars most recently, I made the announcement that my favorite moment with him was Gay Pride Day at the City Hall. And Myra was there, and he had, well, he had a lot of funny lines.
Yeah.
But Governor Patterson, he wasn't governor yet.
But why were you guys at the Gay Pride Day?
It's civil rights.
I thought we could get something to eat.
Yeah.
I mean, nothing wrong with it.
You didn't go to that thing, did you, Sidney?
No.
See, you missed that.
But I heard it was a day to remember.
It was a day to remember. So we have him over at the Friars now, honored as in that new room they named after him, right?
Yes.
The men's room. No, we're happy that Mickey was so funny on the show for so many years, and we had the best of it. And I think that at this point in time, the show is going to be missing him.
Yeah,
you know, I mean, he would have loved to be here for this because we've been talking about it for a few years.
Absolutely.
He would have really loved this tonight.
We would have never gotten to say a word.
No,
but
that's
what made it funny.
No, but Mickey's gift was he could be funny and make everybody else funny at the same time. I mean, my favorite, the Catskill line that the pictures of the hotel was so sloppy that the pictures on the postcards were of unmade beds.
It was so cold, the Statue of Liberty put the torch under her skirt.
And a skeleton walks into a bar and asks for a beer and a mop. That's
Very
you,
good,
Mickey.
The younger guys, you look at Steve's face. He's just staring at you. Don't you find that funny? You heard, I've heard it. Well, excuse me.
He's got 100 more.
So, Goldie, you're going to sing tonight.
Sure.
You haven't done this in a long time on our show. I mean, on the radio, we had to beg you.
Oh, come on.
And then I found out your premiere song, At Last, by Etta James,
Yes.
is one of the favorites of every artist in history.
Good, we're
yes,
not doing
it is.
that.
And I know how much you love it personally.
Actually, I think you're going to sing a song that was a favorite of Mickey's.
It was. And it's a song from Finian's Rainbow.
Oh, look.
That was a show.
Yeah.
Now, you were at the Friars when Robert De Niro was there.
I was. That was the show that honored Mickey.
And Robert De
for his
Niro was
birthday.
hiding in the corner.
Yes.
And what did he say to you?
When I went back, he gave me the thumbs up and he said, "That's some voice coming out of that body. Where does that come from?"
Yeah, but you walked right by him. You said hello to Jeffrey Ross. And you walked right by. I said, didn't
That's
you...
why she's here instead of starring in the movie.
I said, you didn't know that was De Niro sitting next to him.
And it's not a Yiddish cup.
No, what can I tell you? I get focused.
And you guys live next door to Al Pacino.
Yes,
And
yes.
he salutes you, doesn't he,
Well,
Paul?
he's very sweet when we see him in the neighborhood.
Yes, he's very sweet to you. Because when I walk down the street and I go, "Hi, Al," he just keeps walking.
No,
when I'm with you, he goes, "How are you?"
When you're alone, he thinks you're an Egyptian and throws a stone.
You attract his eye, and that's the way it always is. I remember the late Michael Bennett smiled at you and said hello, and I said, "You didn't know who that was, did you?" You went, "No."
Well, you're very
Created
good at
chorus
that.
line.
I think whoosh. It's
Well,
like
if she
I
didn't
walk
know,
by.
if she didn't know who he was, how does she know you knew who he was?
That's true.
All right, Eddie, now what else you want to say before we
throw you out?
Before we rudely interrupt you again.
Well, I wanted to say one last thing about Mickey. He was naturally funny. He wasn't just taking jokes. He was making up jokes. I had called him once on the phone to ask for a friend's phone number, and he took his time getting back, and they could hear the footsteps, and he comes back to the phone. He said, "I walk slowly so people think I have a big apartment." He just took the comedy joy out of life. And I want to be I want to not be the last, but the latest to congratulate you on this great place. And you had guests the last couple of nights that kept pointing out which porno houses used to exist here. But I want to tell you that as a historian, you're right next to the Paramount. This entire area, there were 1 million people that came here to see Frank Sinatra and to see a young Martin and Lewis. You're in really hallowed ground. So the best of luck to you.
I don't like the sound of hallowed ground.
Well,
it's like a cemetery.
It's better than a porno house, Myra.
Not to me.
Depends on how things are going.
What's interesting is for you, I dug out, if I can get 30 seconds, I dug out something I'd written 7 years ago and read on the air about Joey Reynolds in a bottle. As the new audience gets to know you in addition to the old audience, I talked about the criteria of the great talk show host. that you need to be older, have great friends, and be loyal to them. Had at least one bad marriage that you pick at like a scab before it completely heals. Kids that you love in spite of them as opposed to because of them. And at least one former substance abuse problem that you conquered but still remember fondly and cautiously.
Wow.
So Joey, I wish you all the best, and I look forward to being back.
That's wonderful.
Beautiful.
That's great.
That's great. All right, so that's wonderful. It makes me feel like I want to go home.
Oh, you will soon.
I will. All right, we're gonna have Goldie sing, and Paul's gonna play the piano, which you haven't done since Soupy Sales.
Well,
Sometimes
that's right.
at home.
I practice.
This is our first Jewish hour. I hope everybody's having a nice mishpucha.
It's the first one. Hopefully, we'll have a second one.
Are they having a tsuris? What are they having?
No, it's a simcha.
Have a little chopped liver. It couldn't hurt you.
We should have a little platter of food in the front.
I think we ate it before we got
There
out
were
here.
animals out there.
Oh, that corned beef was so
Well,
good.
because we got hip hoppers out there, and the hip hoppers and the Jews. I mean, this is like a real mitzvah.
We'll have to work out our system.
How Hamish.
Yeah.
We'll be right back.
I can't believe it. This is the third time this month my PC crashed. The last crash cost me $2,500 and they only restored a portion of my data.
You should check out this new online backup software called Desk Protect. I can easily recover from a crash at any time.
Desk Protect? Must be complicated.
Not at all. With Desk Protect, you just run a simple installation process, and within minutes, you can select the data you need protected.
Sounds expensive.
How's less than $6 a month sound?
$6 a month. Even I can afford that.
Computer problems? Not a problem for Computer Haven. At a loss at what to do when a computer malfunctions or that inevitable virus strikes? Then call the guys at Computer Haven, the safe place for all your computing needs. Experts in computer and laptop repair, upgrades, and new custom-built PC, desktops, and Macs. Give us a call today, 732-264-1100, or visit us at computerhaven-nj.com.
Picture wonderful guests, terrific music, and comics that are really funny, and a host that's okay. That's me, Joey Reynolds, on NBC's New York Nonstop, and what the show is called is All Night with Joey Reynolds. We're actually doing the show from the NASDAQ market site, which is at 43rd and Broadway in Times Square. This is a show worth staying up for all night with Joey Reynolds on NBC's New York Nonstop. New York is the melting pot, and of course we have the Jewish Hour, and I'm Italian hosting the Jewish Hour, and I needed some support, so I have Carl Sabatino sitting next to me. We have, you don't belong here either, you know. You don't belong on this. It's like the Academy Awards when they have those empty chairs, and someone has gone up to receive an award, they have an empty seat, so they have these people come in. What do they call them?
Fillers.
Yeah, so you're a filler tonight, right?
Yes.
Did you ever think your career was going to come to this? And in Chinatown, you know, they're celebrating the Chinese New Year. And what they did to celebrate was they blew up another Italian restaurant so they could make an offer on the building. We shouldn't joke about that. All right, Paul Dver and Goldie Dver, they're together again because they're a husband and wife who are tonight going to sing and play. We have never had this, and I don't think they've been on television together ever. So here they are, the Dvers, Paul and Goldie.
the day I was born, said my father, said he, I've an elegant legacy waiting for ye. 'Tis a rhyme for your lips and a song for your heart, to sing it whenever your world falls apart. Look, look, look to the rainbow, follow it over the hills and see. Look, look, look to the rainbow, follow the fellow who follows a dream. 'Twas a sumptuous gift to bequeath to a child. Oh, the lure of that song kept her feet running wild. For you'll never grow old, and you'll never stand still, with whippoorwills singing beyond the next hill. Look, look, look to the rainbow, follow it over the hills and see. Look, look, look to the rainbow, follow the fellow who follows a dream. So I bundled me heart and I roamed the world free, to the east with the lark, to the west with the sea. And I searched all the earth, and I scanned all the skies, but I found it at last in my own true love's eyes. Look, look, look to the rainbow, follow it over the hills and see. Look, look, look to the rainbow, follow the fellow who follows a dream. Follow the fellow, follow the fellow, follow the fellow who follows a
Perfect.
Bravo, bravo, bravo.
On a celebration for the late Mickey Freeman, and we blow a kiss to Annie, his lovely wife. Coming up, Phil Selman and Mike Fine.
When New York celebrities have something to say, they head for the stoop.
This is my stoop. I gotta come to the stoop.
Talk Stoop.
I feel like we're so close that we could kiss. This is a whole other kind of stoop.
It's where Kat Greenleaf gets people talking.
What? Really?
Yep.
That's amazing. Yes. Listen, Naked. Do you mind if I call you Naked? Tell me something good.
The best of New York on a stoop in Brooklyn.
The celebrity butts that have graced the stoop.
Talk Stoop, weeknights at 8 on New York Nonstop. Sponsored by Cozy. Life should be delicious.
I'm an anchor and a pilot.
I am passionate about chocolate.
I am a ballerina.
I'm the daughter of a jazz musician.
I am a 4-time New York Golden Glove champion.
I'm a grandpa.
Yeah, I'm a grandma.
I'm interested in the story behind the story.
I'm making this look natural.
I am glamorous.
I'm an anchor and a blues girl.
I am all about my craft.
I am New York.
I am New York.
I'm a New Yorker.
I am New York.
I am New York.
recommend a steak.
This place is really great. I recommend this place.
We're all about New Yorkers. LX New York. It's the story of the moment. A taste of the best. It's opening night. A helping hand. The characters of New York. The spirit of New York, told our way. LX New York, weekdays at 5. We're all over town.
From Times Square in the heart of New York City, welcome to All Night with Joey Reynolds. Joey's guest tonight, cabaret performer Sidney Myer, singers Goldie and Paul Dver, comic Phil Selman, actor and songwriter Paul Hampton, comic Michael Fine, hip-hop artist Moe Money, Eddy Goldman, and the MMA fighters. Ladies and gentlemen, Joey Reynolds.
Welcome to the world's friendliest chat room. We're really so fortunate to be in Times Square and all the action is behind us, which is a good thing when you're indoors and it's 10 degrees out.
Yeah.
We're really happy to be here. Paul Dver and Goldie Dver, who are also joining me in our second hour as well, and Myra Chanin, who is Mother Wonderful, and we have Sidney Myer, who is the great producer at the Don't Tell Mama Club, which is on 46th Street in New York. And they have good food too. But you know, we have some comics who are crazy and want to work on a night like this, and they don't have gigs at known clubs, so they're going to play here on our show, which is this is Broadway. I tell everybody, you want to be on Broadway? Good, we're opening tonight.
Yeah.
And then they all want to be here. So here we bring out, is Phil here? Phil Selman?
Yes.
I haven't, and Mike Fine?
And Mike Fine.
Now, I haven't seen Phil in about 5 years.
Well, you better be funny, I told him.
You better be funny
fast. Or you won't see you for another 5 years.
Comedy is rough.
All right, Phil, come on down, Phil. And let's have Mike come out here too. Phil was so dry, you know. I mean, I used to have him on all the time, and I would have him on at 3 in the morning, and he would sneak laughs in. Yes. Hi, Phil. How are you? Good to see you. Wonderful. Let me get up for a minute. Hi, Mike. How are you?
Hey, how are
and Mike is a comic in training.
Yeah, I saw him, and he's a kind of a restrained comic. He whines.
Whines? Like you don't.
Yeah.
Is he Jewish?
Jewish, actually, no, unfortunately.
We're not in Jewish hour now.
No, but a whiner. But if he's whining.
I was actually shocked I was invited on for the Jewish hour. I'm not even Jewish. I'm actually a Scientologist. You know, it took me a while, though. I had to become part of SAG first, and it was the whole thing. And it's very difficult to become part of SAG because it's, you know, in order to get in, you have to have the credits, and in order to get the credits, you have to be in SAG. It's like a catch-22, but it's...
Well, we're privileged to have you here tonight.
Oh, thank you.
And you're sitting next to royalty here.
Because he whines and I complain. A young guy whines whereas an older guy complains.
Now, Phil, where did we leave off? What were you complaining about?
Well, you didn't come to my birthday party. That's right off the bat here. I used to go out with the Rockettes. We had Rockettes. They were going to kick you out if you came. They were high kicking, and you did not come.
You had Rockettes?
PhilSelman.com. I want that gig for PhilSelman.com. Buy this. I like this studio here with the directions. Enter through the revolving door next to Dwayne Reed. This is like Get Smart. We have to go through a phone booth to come in. What are they like? How do we leave? Do we fly out like Spider-Man? When I fell off the stage and hit my head 20 years ago, nobody cared. I don't drink anymore. It's, I stopped drinking.
Oh, see, that's why I used to get you at 3 in the morning. I would get you between sets.
That's correct. They get when the drinking. Now there's no more drinking. Now I'm clear and focused as to why I'm not successful.
Well, but you always had that great sense of humor, and you also sang.
No. I also sang.
Yeah,
I never sang.
You weren't supposed to.
You were drinking in those
That's right. I was singing from my. Let me do the comedy. You were a lot skinnier too, if I can recall. You were a lot skinnier like 10 years ago.
Yes, that's I'd pick on me.
You're sitting next to me. I'd pick on him, but it's
Turn
your
on
show.
me.
That's right. That's
You
right.
really know how to hurt a person.
Well, if I was singing,
I would take it.
I did sing because there was good food this time.
You had a guitar. You're
thinking of Buddy Flip. You're confusing me with Buddy Flip. Buddy Flip, a hack guitar actor. I'm just a hack Jewish coming in on Buddy Flip.
There's a lot of
I was heavy, right? Buddy Flip.
You got to book Buddy Flip.
PhilSelman.com. Buy this so I can go on a real show.
Oh,
I'm kidding.
Now he's moved over on me.
He's turning on you now.
That's it. Move down one chair. That's it. You lost
So now
your
the
place.
fat
Then
man,
I will be in Dwayne
the
Reed.
fat man, and the nothing host are both pissed off at you. You managed to do
Who's
that.
the fat man? What is that? All of a sudden, I'm the fat man.
Oh, God.
Is this funny, this CD that you
Of course it's not funny.
this is
If
a
it was funny,
blank
would I be here if it was funny? I'd be in the Goya shower.
He needs us.
It's actually a blank. You could burn whatever you want on
Oh,
it.
really?
Some,
That's
some
good.
tunes.
My client who calls me up last night, we're going to be wearing makeup. I'm like, that's Tuesdays in your house wearing makeup. Serial killer. He doesn't really talk like this. No, you know he doesn't.
So you don't want makeup, huh?
Do I need makeup? I got a very expensive dermatologist on Park Avenue. I don't need makeup.
Maybe a little eyeshadow, a little eyeshadow, a little.
This is not the La Caja Fall edition. That's next week.
A little eyeshadow won't kill you.
Yeah, it won't kill him, but right, a little mascara, Sidney, for him.
So Phil, let me see if I got this right. You're not considering this a career move, then?
Of course it's a career move.
Thank you.
Of course. Would I be here if it was not a career move? Of course it is.
Well, you know.
Up or down.
It's lateral. It's like a lateral career. It's like not a move. It's sort of just like going in the same direction, basically.
Right.
He hasn't been on your radio show, though, for 5
Well,
years.
it moved too far down. I couldn't go all the way down when you moved down.
It was rough.
I was still going to 40th Street. They were still doing a show there.
Bill's actually starting out in the business now, and he's,
Be quiet. I might be quiet. He's like a serial killer in
Killing your
Waterbury.
role.
He's a slumlord in Waterbury. He's not funny when he's collecting the rents.
I went to city court today. I had to go and file some charges,
I was acquitted of all those charges. That wasn't me.
But they make you take everything off when you go through that detector. Have you been through any of
They
these
made me do that here. I wasn't on the list. That's why I said this is a setup. You're expecting the fat guy with the guitar to come in here.
I thought they see through you now with all those security
I've been
things.
seeing through you for years, but that's not why.
That's not what I meant.
Sidney, have you ever booked Phil over at the club?
Of course, Phil and Mike have both appeared at Doto Mama through the years.
Yes.
How did they get to be so wonderful? That was their training ground.
I think he's trying to take credit for your career now.
Somebody should.
He's saying
Can you
you've
blame
improved.
me?
No, I'm actually doing radio. I'm now on the radio in Albany every week.
Oh, really? So you're on a morning show, like one of those
morning
zoo
show,
things?
like one of those zoo things, yes.
Do you like
Pix
them?
106. I don't like it, but it's another notch there. It's something else to do.
It gives you your chops.
Yes, I can scream and rant and carry on. And
Do you schlep up to
no,
Albany?
I do it over the phone.
I was going to say, you're bitching about going downtown. And
That's right. No, I don't drive to Albany. Nobody goes to Albany.
Even Como doesn't drive to Albany.
Nah.
Nobody
People
wants to be.
leave
They keep an
Albany.
office here in New York.
Yes.
That's a tough grind. I was on Fly in Albany. Remember that one?
Mm-hmm.
With Scott, who was it? It was Todd Pettengill.
Todd Pettengill.
Yeah, he was the program director. I did a week there with him. That was enough.
A week.
Indoor golf.
This is and I mentioned you today, and of course, waking up with the wolf, and he goes, "Oh, Joey Reynolds." I said, well, he had a real radio show, Joey Reynolds.
Yeah. Actually,
as opposed to Pix 106 and waking up with the wolf. Who's waking up with the sheep up in Albany, basically.
So where do we see you work now? I mean, besides here tonight.
I'll be doing a birthday party in Forked River on Saturday.
What's the cover charge?
I'm serious. I'm playing in Italian. I'm doing private gigs. I did a gig for the SSA last Friday, the Soaring Society of America. People who go up in these little planes without engines.
Oh, God.
That's fun.
So there's a daredevil types. I'm playing at Catch a Rising Star in Princeton. I'm speaking. I'm playing at I created you and I will end your career now if necessary. He comes to my birthday party at least. He brought me a piece of luggage a couple of years ago. But there was no ticket involved. You don't give somebody a piece of luggage.
It was a nice piece of luggage. I'm telling you, it was nice. You could fit in the overhead compartment. It was actually.
It was this big. It was like.
But if you lift it up, you could shove it in there.
Oh God!
That's another story. That's another story right there.
Right. If you give a wallet, you give it with money in it. If you give luggage, you give it with the ticket inside.
Yes.
Or clothes.
What was it going to put in there?
A ticket.
To Albany.
A ticket to Albany. Yes. Or 2 tickets to Albany.
Well, so who had this great idea to charge $15 to put a bag on a plane? When we're doing the work, we actually have become. First, I became a travel agent when we went on the internet to book flights. That was one job that I didn't want. We put someone out of work there. And the next thing was we became baggage clerks when we started to carry our own bags on board to avoid the storage.
Yeah.
And we now not only have I become a baggage clerk and replaced someone's job, but I also pay to do the work. I pay them $15 to put a bag on board.
Such a fine
Well, you kept them in business going back and forth from Florida to New York there during the tough times. You did keep one. Wasn't it JetBlue that you kept in business, or one of the?
What
all of
airline
them.
is
Every
charging
airline.
you for the bag?
All
of them.
No, wait, JetBlue actually does not charge for your first bag.
Delta doesn't charge either. Yeah. Continental charges uses the bathroom.
Yes, they do.
Continental charges for everything.
I get a little nervous putting anything in the bags because they have the dog sniffers going around, so I don't bring bags.
But do you have a dead body in there? What are you worried about?
No, but it's some.
The dog could make a mistake. The dog. And he might think there's cocaine.
No, not cocaine, but I travel light.
So where do we see you, Mike? Let's give a little plug here for you.
I think I'm going to be at the same birthday party.
He'll be opening for me.
Mike Fine, Phil Selman, and Paul Hampton's coming up in just a minute. Be right back on the Joey Reynolds All Night Live with the All Night Gang. You guys are keeping me up tonight.
Somebody has to.
Somebody had to, besides the Viagra. We'll be right back.
Hi, I'm Howard Dvorkin, the founder of Consolidated Credit. For almost 2 decades, Consolidated Credit has helped millions of Americans just like you. We've helped nurses and doctors. We've helped police officers and firefighters. We've helped homemakers and home builders. We've helped over 5 million people suffering from credit card debt. And now we want to help you.
Consolidated Credit is the one company you can trust. Our exclusive Freedom Quest program can help you find options and solutions to your financial challenges. We can reduce your monthly payments by up to 50%, consolidate your bills into one easy payment, save you thousands in interest and fees, and help you get out of debt fast.
When credit card debt is the problem, we're the solution. We've helped over 5 million people. Let us help you.
You're one call away from financial freedom.
Call Consolidated Credit now. 1-800-440-2181. 1-800-440-2181.
Picture wonderful guests, terrific music, and comics that are really funny, and a host that's okay. That's me, Joey Reynolds, on NBC's New York Nonstop, and what the show is called is All Night with Joey Reynolds. We're actually doing the show from the NASDAQ market site, which is at 43rd and Broadway in Times Square. This is a show worth staying up for all night with Joey Reynolds on NBC's New York Nonstop.
Computer problems? Not a problem for Computer Haven. At a loss at what to do when a computer malfunctions or that inevitable virus strikes? Then call the guys at Computer Haven, the safe place for all your computing needs. Experts in computer and laptop repair, upgrades, and new custom-built PC desktops and Macs. Give us a call today, 732-264-1100, or visit us at computerhaven-nj.com.
The show would be nothing without food. Everybody loves food, and we got, you know, we provided tonight is from this restaurant called the Plum Restaurant and Lounge. Where are they? On Bell? I've never been there. Bell Boulevard in Bayside, Queens. Yeah. But they make good food. It's a Greek restaurant. You know, most restaurants are Greek restaurants.
Come on, the Greeks know how to cook. They're right up there with the Jews.
Cheeseburger.
That's right. And you know what happens is when you go to a restaurant that is, what is it, a Japanese fast food restaurant, you only wear one shoe? Wasn't that Mickey Freeman's joke?
That was a Mickey Freeman joke.
In honor of Mickey.
All right, I got my wonderful outfit on here. This is the Obama series thing, Barack Obama.
Yo.
We're ready to go, and I got my pants are falling half off my crack. So
I noticed.
I'm ready to party.
And I didn't notice.
It's a very interesting view from behind.
Thank you.
I'll trust you.
Now we have what everybody wants. Moe Money. Here's Moe Money. Moe Money.
Whoa.
Yeah.
Hey, Sonny, you made money. That Donald Trump cash in a big bag, that great money. Them guys, SSI, that state money. They better off with that monopoly fake money. When I make bills, it's for real, that Gates money. That real wipe that grin off your face money. My aim's to supply the guys that take money, embezzle out of state and without a trace for me. So pray for me, I'm easing in the game. A lot of fellas get jealous when they see me with a dame. Sitting in traffic, watching TV, and it ain't when your character smashing all them teeny little chains. Yes, sir, you will see me in that range. Now I had your chick getting freaky in that thing. 40 on the jewelry, look at the pinky and it bling. Put my hand on the head, now we pinky in the brain. I talk bad, let's talk money. I talk bad, talk to me. I talk bad, let's talk money. It's money on the block. Gotta hit Poppy up, sword in the pot. Grams gotta chop him up, ducking from the cops. D's trying to lock me up, now I got the spot. Team gotta swap it up. Now they mention my name with all the head. No more running from cops, cause now we fed. They bug my cars and said why it's at. For real, we admire that. Now it's tailored suits and crushed linen. What y'all call tricking, I call spinning. And what they call losing, I call winning. While your life's grilling, we all grinning. Let's talk money. Talk to me. Let's talk money. Shout dog.
I hit the party scene, forest green, Rory. Head darker than my skin, so I'm hardly seen. I told you life's a game of chess, you better guard your queen, cause I ain't gotta speak the money talks like Charlie Sheen. The brightest screen when I pull up like the exercise, and pass out like flyers when I step inside. My necklace shine, oh my shirt fresh. Trust me, we can talk money like the IRS. Yes, see one thing about the paper, boy, come get it. My bank account got more cameras than a long sentence. Check stubs looking like phone pictures. It's Young Money, yeah, I'm on Pippin' Fresh.
I talk bad, let's talk money. I talk bad, talk to me. I talk bad, let's talk money. Money. E10, Moe Money. Recession what? Where they do that? Where they do that at? Let's get it. Joe, you hurt?
I'm hurt. That's a crotch grabber. So what do you guys play with the Yankees? What do you keep doing this for? Well, that's
checking you fresh. We call that checking you fresh.
That money hole in the pockets there.
Are my pants hanging down low enough?
You need some more stacks in your pants to make them sad.
Did you guys say you heard?
Is that all right?
There you go.
Yeah, Joey Reynolds.
What is this? Where did I dress? At Rikers Island?
That's where the stylist is.
Do you like my Obama jacket?
Yeah, for sure. You're shining.
That's hot.
You like it? You
Is
think it's
that
all right? Am I fashionable? Am I
that
trendy?
velvet?
Yeah, good. So Moe Money's got a brand new record. You just released the thing, and we can go to Moe Money. And you're from Philly originally?
No, I'm from North Carolina.
Oh, where are the other guys from? You're from Philly?
Harlem.
Harlem. Where are you from?
I'm from Houston, Texas.
Nobody's from Philly? Go home. Come on.
Just go with the jacket, you.
Well, Cool Breeze wants his coat back. It's only a loaner. All right, you guys are great. Thank you for being here tonight.
Appreciate it.
What's the website? Where can we go to see your music?
You can go to momoney.com.
M-O.
M-O.
MoeMoney.com. All right. Thank you very much for being here tonight. We got to take a little break, come right back, and do some more show here tonight. I got to pull my pants up and go home.
Please.
Be right back. You're.
Hi, I'm fitness celebrity Jennifer Nicoli. And if you're busy like me, then stay tuned because I'm excited to share with you the most innovative piece of exercise equipment ever.
Introducing the Ab Circle Pro, the fastest, easiest way to have the flat washboard abs and the sexy V shape you've always wanted.
Are you struggling to lose those love handles nobody loves? Now there's a machine so advanced, it targets your entire core, upper, middle, and lower abs, and even your obliques, all in one circular motion, as it aerobically burns fat in just minutes a day.
The secret is the Ab Circle Pro combines cardio and abs to burn fat, while its unique friction-free track uses the momentum of gravity to target your entire midsection in a full circular motion, firing your core like no other machine has ever done. You'll firm and flatten your stomach in just weeks, not months. We guarantee it. Best of all, it's fun and easy and takes just 3 minutes a day. And watch this. Simply remove the pin, and the Ab Circle Pro becomes a fat-burning bun and thigh machine.
On the Ab Circle Pro, I lost almost 3 dress sizes in a few short weeks.
With the Ab Circle Pro system, I've now lost 60 pounds, I feel great, and I'm one hot mama.
And now, through this exclusive TV offer, the Ab Circle Pro can be yours to try in your home for 30 days for just $14.95. And if you call within the next 10 minutes, we'll send you Jennifer Nicoli's complete Lose Your Love Handle system, which includes our 3-minute express workout and nutritional guide, absolutely free. That's everything you need to transform that body from flab to ab.
You have nothing to lose but inches, so pick up the phone and call now.
Call 1-800-709-1301 to try Ab Circle Pro for $14.95 plus shipping with credit card order. Call now for a free upgrade to priority processing so you'll get your Ab Circle system in 7 to 10 days or less. That's 1-800-709-1301. Call now.
Oh, Stephen Koepfer's here along with Eddy Goldman. These guys are martial arts experts. Eddy is one of the great reporters. He's got his own blog. A lot of people have a blog. I have a mental blog. But here he is, Stephen and Eddy. Come on, you guys. Come on out here for a minute. And we're going to do a little demonstration on a mat, too. It's like the food that you ate when you got up in the middle of the night to eat, you're going to have to work off on this show. Hi, guys. How are you?
How are you, man?
Good, good, good. Hello, Eddy. How are you?
Good to see you again.
Sit over on this side so you can hear me. It's really a privilege to have you on the television. Usually I have you on the radio. You look like Gabby Hayes.
Yes, Gabby Hayes is my
you don't remember him, do you?
I do. I have a picture of him on my Facebook page.
Do you really?
Yes.
You've been looking like him. Why are you growing that thing? You're too young to have all of that.
Oh, it's just a cover.
It's a look. It's a look, isn't it?
It turned white.
It's a trademark at this point. Right?
Yeah, I mean, at this point, I guess you're highly recognizable at the roller derby. All the girls over there love you. At Hunter College, are they still doing the roller derby?
I think they were still doing it. Yeah, I didn't really go too much this year, but I think they're still doing that. Yeah.
Yeah. And boxing. Now, you know, you're a boxing expert, and you've been reporting boxing as the sport has declined.
Yes.
It seems.
I'm spending a lot more time with mixed martial arts these days.
Yeah.
Because that is a sport that is run better. It's on the rise. Overall, a lot of the companies, not all of them, but a lot of the companies treat the media better, because we know we've had problems with that.
You know what they do? They put us in the media room, so we may as well stay at home and watch it on TV, and they throw you a brownie and a cup of and a Pepsi, right?
Yeah, and they would let children and all sorts of friends of theirs go in to
ringside.
Get ringside.
They're ringside, and we were like two schleppers in the reporting the thing.
Right.
But we shouldn't complain like this.
Well,
but we are.
That's one of the zillion and one things that boxing has done, particularly in America, to
disrespect the media.
Disrespect the media because they want to control everything.
Now, you know, my father was a boxer.
Yes.
And I've seen the sport decline in attendance and in interest, except when the Don King years, you know, because he made events for cultures to fight each other, you know, the blacks and the Puerto Ricans and the white guys from Russia and whatever. You know, he made a contest out of a circus event out of it. It worked. It worked.
But what's been happening in the last couple of years is that while boxing is going down, 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 mixed martial arts is going up, up, up.
All right, let me ask you a question. If boxing is so dreadfully down, why is the Academy Award-winning movie The Boxer? How could it can't be that dead if people are still interested? What is it?
The Fighter.
The Fighter, yeah.
Yes, the reason is that you can make a movie about it because the boxing promoters are not making the movies. The boxing promoters and the TV networks have been driving it into the ground. There are fewer major fights, fewer major events. The whole thing is the whole club fight scene has been destroyed, particularly in this country, while you're having mixed martial arts events going on all over the place, doing better on pay-per-view, except in New York. And this is one of the things we want to talk about. I know one of the things you've always done, and I've really admired that you've done over the years, is try to bring people together who otherwise might be at odds, and to show where there's a commonality, you know, different cultures and different groups. This issue is, believe it or not, bringing together in the New York State legislature liberal Democrats with Tea Party members that might not agree on a whole lot of different issues. But in the New York State Assembly, there's a bill introduced finally to re-legalize mixed martial arts, because it's been crazy. It's illegal in almost every other place in the United States and all around the world. In Russia, when the events go on, the Prime Minister Putin shows up. It's major news stories in Japan and China, Brazil, all over the world, but in all of the United States. But in New York, these prohibitionists have still made it illegal, but we're trying to have a grassroots movement to give people the choice to watch it. If you want to watch it, fine. A lot of people do. And if you don't like it, that's fine too.
Well, I miss the midget wrestlers. I kind of like them.
But see, this is a
that's
real
a circus
sport.
thing, you know.
That's a circus, and that was pretty, you know, crazy in its own right.
Yeah.
This is a real sport, and it's not like.
What is it called?
Mixed martial arts.
Why? Why does it have a name like mixed martial arts?
Because it's a form of martial arts that mixes the techniques of all the individual styles.
Is it where East meets West? The Eastern culture, which is kickboxing, and also
and jiu-jitsu and other styles. Yeah, meets Western boxing, meets wrestling.
So
which
this is anything goes.
An ancient sport. Well, there are rules. See, there are a lot of rules. You can't attack the groin. You can't attack the throat. You can't attack the spine. You can't eye gouge. There are a whole lot of different things.
That's about all.
Can't do.
You can do it.
But the techniques that you can do in all the different martial arts that you can, for example, in the Olympic martial arts, in Taekwondo, where you could punch and kick, And of course, boxing, you could punch, you could do that. In judo, where you do the throws and you do the submissions, and of course, in a sport like jiu-jitsu, is based on submissions. And wrestling, where you do the takedowns. You combine all of those and other styles of martial arts. This is a sport where you could utilize and exhibit all of those different techniques, but you're right, it has to be safe. It just can't be anything goes.
And women.
Sure. Women fighters too, yes.
Yeah.
It isn't as big, but women
Ali's
fighters.
daughter, just for everybody to know if they don't follow boxing, Muhammad Ali's daughter, Layla, is quite a boxer. She's quite a fighter.
She hasn't fought in a while. I think she's been trying to start a family, and she's gotten into TV and other ventures. But I thought she was a very
and
good.
I knew his other daughter, May, who was also a rap artist. Did you know that? I don't know if we ever talked about that. But there, he was very. First of all, Muhammad Ali, Cassius Clay, is very smart, and his kids are smart too. They inherited the genes. He's a bright guy, and I mean, towards the last couple of years,
Ali fought in one of the earliest prototypes of mixed martial arts in the 70s against Antonio Inoki. It was a real fight, and it kind of fell apart, but it sort of set the stage of what would a boxer against a wrestler do, where they each could do each other's techniques. It didn't really work out at the time, but now people look at that as part of the beginnings of the history of what from the 90s on existed as an organized sport.
I think
how did you guys meet? Go ahead.
Well, if I could, just about the women, the female boxers, I think one of the best female boxers was Lucia Riker, who many people don't know had a long history in Muay Thai prior to that. And
what's Muay Thai? It sounds like a good drink. What is it?
Muay Thai is a form of kickboxing from Thailand.
Yeah.
It's one of the components that a lot of mixed martial arts fighters train.
They're short too, aren't they?
They are.
Yeah.
And one of her boxing coaches, Freddie Roach, the great trainer, who is now working with a lot of mixed martial arts fighter as well. Like Arlovsky, for example, trains under Freddie Roach. We met because I run a gym here in the city and I train some fighters.
What's it called? What's the gym?
The gym is New York Combat Sambo, and Sambo is actually a Russian martial art.
Yeah, so what happened with the Klitschko guys, the brothers? Are they still fighting? They still boxing?
Yeah, they're still boxing, but Vitaly Klitschko was a kickboxer before he got into boxing. Between all these sports, this is an important point. Between boxing, kickboxing, wrestling, jiu-jitsu, Muay Thai, all these different sports that you can name, there's a real crossover. And yeah, they're still the two best heavyweights in the world. They've been dominating the heavyweight division for many years.
Well, they're big.
No, but they're
giants.
They're strong, and and they have some decent technique, and
the one's got a nuclear weapon in his pants. I mean, those guys are they're tough.
Yes,
they're tough guys.
They're very tough guys, and they're very smart guys, and there's been nobody to challenge them. And the American boxing program has also just been going down. When's the last time you can remember a top level American heavyweight challenge?
I like Paulie. He's a lightweight though, or featherweight, right?
Paulie Malignaggi? Yeah. I think he's moved up to welterweight.
And I like
Junior
John.
Welterweight or welterweight.
John Dudley.
John Dudley just announced his retirement, believe it or not.
Well, he was sensitive.
John Dudley was
cutting. He kept getting cut.
Yeah.
Right.
There were managerial things over the years, and his career, he never really got the big world championship that he wanted.
Yeah.
And so he was supposed to actually be fighting next month, and they had a fight set up for him on HBO and a whole big deal.
I think the real fight was between him and Irish Ropes.
That was part of it. Yeah, that was part of it. He had it falling out, him and the management. But while all this is going on, people want to see MMA, because in boxing
they want action. They want some action. They want to see you kick someone's butt.
Not exactly. I think
no.
Not well. I mean, of course, that's all combat sports. People like to see one person triumph over another. I mean, that's all combat sports. But I think it kind of goes back to your original question about The Fighter, the movie. Why is it so popular? Boxing on the decline. It's really about the story behind the fighter. It's the drama of the story, and that story could be transplanted to any combat sport athlete. I mean, if you follow mixed martial arts, you'll find lots of dramatic stories with, for example, Brad who's coming on the show later to do demonstration.
We're going to do him now. We're going to have him in just a minute.
Yeah, exactly. He's got a great story. You know, he served our country. He's been to Iraq. He's back here. He's on the GI Bill, going to school, and all this while still training to become a professional fighter.
Who's the other guy?
Tyga Macklin is our wrestling coach, and he's got a long pedigreed credential as a wrestler, and also now assisting in the training of mixed martial artists. Actually, Eddy used to watch Tyga back at Hofstra back in the day when he was wrestling.
At Hunter College?
Yeah, at Hunter, not Hofstra.
Yeah. So these two guys are going to give us a little demonstration when we come back.
Sure,
right?
sure.
And what are they going to do? They're going to beat each other up, bloody?
No, I think we actually chose things to show you that would actually highlight the various ranges in which these athletes function, whether it's in the striking range or the stand-up wrestling range or the grappling range on the ground. So
all right, so you're going to narrate this?
Yeah, I'm going to narrate and tell you what they're doing.
You know that I began in my career as an intern for Larry King and Howard Cosell. I had one on each side, so this is the brain damage. This is what you get. Howard Cosell, speaking of sports. So we're going to take a break, we'll come back, and we'll bring these two fighters out here, right?
Absolutely.
Should we give it the music like they do in the arena?
Yeah, maybe some dramatic.
We don't even do that for you. All right, so we'll be right back. Joey Reynolds is my name, and I'm not supposed to use my name. But Eddy, they say on television, don't use your name. You know, let the slide speak for you here.
Use somebody else's name.
Yeah. And Eddy's got a sheet too. What's it called? I mean, your site.
I have a podcast called No Holds Barred. Just go to eddygoldman.com and you'll find all about it.
All right, we'll be right back.
I can't believe it. This is the third time this month my PC crashed. The last crash cost me $2,500 and they only restored a portion of my data.
You should check out this new online backup software called Desk Protect. I can easily recover from a crash at any time.
Desk Protect? Must be complicated.
Not at all. With Desk Protect, you just run a simple installation process, and within minutes, you can select the data you need protected.
Sounds expensive.
How's less than $6 a month sound?
$6 a month. Even I can afford that.
Computer problems? Not a problem for Computer Haven. At a loss at what to do when a computer malfunctions or that inevitable virus strikes? Then call the guys at Computer Haven, the safe place for all your computing needs. Experts in computer and laptop repair, upgrades, and new custom-built PC, desktops, and Macs. Give us a call today, 732-264-1100, or visit us at computerhaven-nj.com.
Picture wonderful guests, terrific music, and comics that are really funny, and a host that's okay. That's me, Joey Reynolds, on NBC's New York Nonstop, and what the show is called is All Night with Joey Reynolds. We're actually doing the show from the NASDAQ market site, which is at 43rd and Broadway in Times Square. This is a show worth staying up for all night with Joey Reynolds on NBC's New York Nonstop. So you're not really Eddy Goldman. Your name is on the screen as someone else. You may even become Joey Reynolds before this is over tonight. I was just telling about how you're not supposed to use your own name on the air.
I know that. You never know whose name.
So what name are you? Eddy Goldman, right?
I'm Joey Reynolds.
No, you're not.
I am Eddy Goldman.
And who's this guy over here?
I thought I was Eddy Goldman.
Yeah,
no.
You would be so lucky.
You're Steve Koepfer.
What was that old show? What's My Lie? What was the show where, with the
To Tell the Truth.
To Tell the Truth.
Yeah, you'd stand up and lie.
Right.
which is no problem now. It's just called politics.
Exactly.
All right, now we have a little martial arts action here, MMA.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
People are going to see the techniques.
This is not allowed in this country?
No, it's allowed in almost every state except New York and about 2 or 3 other states.
And we're going to do it here tonight?
They're going to demonstrate the techniques and to show people, particularly in New York, this is the closest thing you're going to see to human chess.
All right, let's watch these guys. And go ahead, we'll narrate it as we go.
Sure. So the couple of demonstrations that we selected were chosen to highlight different areas of what mixed martial arts athletes train to do. So first we're going to show what many people might know, just a regular right cross, which would be from a boxing technique, right? And what's going to happen is Tiger's going to show a counter to a right cross. So there we go.
Oh, so you do whatever you want.
Almost. Now what's going to happen is after that takedown, that wrestling takedown, Brad's going to switch to a grappling technique, which is called a helicopter armbar.
These all got names. All this stuff's got names. So
yeah,
you must have a manual.
And you notice that Tiger tapped out. I mean, again, this is a demonstration. What you can do honorably in mixed martial arts is tap out, submit. It's over honorably. In boxing, if you quit, people say, you're a quitter, no mas, all this kind of stuff. And this is one of the things that's so important in the culture of the martial arts in general and mixed martial arts. Is
so it's killing someone kindly.
You're not killing him, though.
What are you doing? Crippling the guy?
This is like checkmate. You get the arm in the arm
Well, let's see that. Come on, do that.
It's checkmate.
Let's show,
and he taps out before
the whole sequence together. So this is a double leg counter to a cross.
Ouch.
To an arm bar.
Okay.
Oh, so this is like a dance.
Yeah, it's very, these
guys.
How
does someone win or lose if you already know what you're going to do? It's choreographed.
Well, it is, illegal, so we have to choreograph it here for you.
Right? Oh, yeah, you're getting by on that one.
So the next one we're going to show is oftentimes when guys want to avoid getting punched, they'll go into a clinch. And a clinch is when they tie up, and there's several different ways that people could tie up to stop from getting punched. And usually what will happen is a takedown and then some kind of submission.
I've seen this in a leather bar in the village.
You have to give me the address for that. So these guys will do a takedown, and then they're going to go right into a choke.
Ouch. Whoa. So they hurt each other?
No, these guys train hours and hours.
They don't seem like they're hurt at all.
No, they're used to it.
So what's the fun of that? I want to see something happen here.
Okay. You want to get up there and try it?
No.
So Brad, for example, is right now, as an amateur fighter, he's 5-2. Yeah. And his 5 wins have been by armbar, like the first technique, and his 2 losses have been by split decision. And once he graduates college, which he has about 1 more year left, then we'll turn pro. We're waiting
well, Brad was in the Marines, right?
Yes, he was.
Yeah, you could tell.
Yeah.
You know why? Because secretly he's killing the other guy.
Okay.
They have a seriousness about them,
Yeah, I think actually as a coach, military men are oftentimes the best people to coach because they take direction, they're serious.
They have discipline.
Yes, exactly.
And that's what martial arts is all about anyway.
And that's what
absolutely.
That's what it does. It teaches people the discipline, the technique. These are the kind of things that are emphasized in a society today where discipline, respect, honor, technique, all these things
that you've seen all week in Egypt. None of it. I mean, that's just an unruly crowd. I'm being funny. It's chaos. That's not discipline. It's the opposite.
Right.
Well, the people that are trying to protest there and they got attacked, they have to know how to defend themselves too.
Well, don't we have to learn that everywhere, right?
Yes, and you have to learn the different techniques. And what they showed is that somebody throws a punch, there's a counter to it that's not another punch. You could take somebody down. And when you get taken down, just because you're on top, it also doesn't mean you're in control. There is various submission holds that you could do. So you have to learn all of these one after another.
I think what's also important is that what you're seeing is that in mixed martial arts, unlike other combat sports, the athletes are not taking continual punches to the head and the body. They haven't they actually have an option to.
And they're wearing special gloves.
Yeah, of course, of course. They're wearing gloves and mouth guards and protective equipment, just like all combat sports.
The gloves were developed in the early 90s by John Peretti, who was one of the founders of the sport, and Dr. Joseph Iswanik, who is still with USA Boxing. Is still a boxing doctor.
So if we want to know more, we go to No Holds Barred.
Go to EddyGoldman.com. We've been covering the history of the
Steve's
sport.
Gym.
New York Combat Sambo. You can go to nycombatsambo.com.
Gold's Gym. Is that a Jewish gym?
I don't know.
No,
I thought it was
just a joke, Eddie. You have no humor anymore.
You can get horseradish at that gym. But we also mentioned that it's crazy that this is still illegal in New York while it's legal in New Jersey, Pennsylvania, Massachusetts.
Well, it's very graceful.
Maryland,
It doesn't matter what
Washington.
state you're in, it's graceful.
But people should have the right to watch it and to earn a living doing it in a legitimate sport. So we're involved in a coalition to legalize mixed martial arts in New York, and
Why
we're
don't you go to Albany and kick some ass?
We're going to have a demonstration in New York
You got
City.
the guys that do it.
We're having a demonstration next Tuesday in front of Sheldon Silver's office, February 8th, starting at noon, saying that we want this legalized. And this is an independent group. We're not partisan one way or the other. So that's something that's pretty important.
All right. Thank you. I just want to end this so that we can get some music on here, because I'm feeling the urge that we got to have some music right now. Otherwise, I'm going to get kicked by these guys.
Should we sing a little bit?
No. Thanks for being here. Thank you, guys.
Thank you.
Wonderful. All right, MMA, right? Is that what it's called?
MMA, mixed martial arts.
All right, we'll be right back.
Hi, I'm Howard Dvorkin, the founder of Consolidated Credit. For almost 2 decades, Consolidated Credit has helped millions of Americans just like you. We've helped nurses and doctors. We've helped police officers and firefighters. We've helped homemakers and home builders. We've helped over 5 million people suffering from credit card debt. And now we want to help you.
Consolidated Credit is the one company you can trust. Our exclusive Freedom Quest program can help you find options and solutions to your financial challenges. We can reduce your monthly payments by up to 50%, consolidate your bills into one easy payment, save you thousands in interest and fees, and help you get out of debt fast.
When credit card debt is the problem, we're the solution. We've helped over 5 million people. Let us help you.
You're one call away from financial freedom.
Call Consolidated Credit now. 1-800-440-2181. 1-800-440-2181.
Picture wonderful guests, terrific music, and comics that are really funny, and a host that's okay. That's me, Joey Reynolds, on NBC's New York Nonstop, and what the show is called is All Night with Joey Reynolds. We're actually doing the show from the NASDAQ market site, which is at 43rd and Broadway in Times Square. This is a show worth staying up for all night with Joey Reynolds on NBC's New York Nonstop.
Computer problems? Not a problem for Computer Haven. At a loss at what to do when a computer malfunctions or that inevitable virus strikes? Then call the guys at Computer Haven, the safe place for all your computing needs. Experts in computer and laptop repair, upgrades, and new custom-built PC, desktops, and Macs. Give us a call today, 732-264-1100, or visit us at computerhaven-nj.com.
Yes, we're all friends, and one of our friends is Paul Hampton. Paul's got something in his hand, and we don't know what it is, and he's gotten through security, so we're all very nervous about it.
I have something in my hand, too, but I'm not going to talk about it.
Please.
We are in the NASDAQ building, which is on Times Square, and at 43rd, and we're number 4 Times Square, if you want to write to us. That's the address for NASDAQ. Come on, Paul, what are you waiting for?
That's a nice
Doesn't take you that long to walk in here, does it?
Whatever he has in his hand,
Come on
I
in.
can smell it from here.
I think I'm getting a new job here as a waiter.
Yeah. Oh, last time I saw Paul was performing.
This is a special gift.
Now he's on the other side of the counter. Back of the house or the front of the house?
Oh man, are you kidding?
Can you do your bunny dip?
This is. I can almost do that. Listen, this is like here's a mazel and a toff. I'm telling you, this is.
You missed the Jewish hour.
That's a long time.
Well, no, I'm bringing it back because the
What
Oklahoma
is that smell? My
Jews,
God,
no,
that's not your music.
It might be. It depends who you're talking to, but I will tell you this.
What?
This comes from the Ideal Cheese Shop. This guy is
a shameless plug.
Well, no. Not only is it shameless, he is such a fan of yours. So I said I want to get a gift for because Oklahoma. You raised in Oklahoma.
Well, the guy must think I smell. I mean, what is
no,
this?
No, but let's smell this. No, smell this. It's unbelievable. This
smells like
cheese.
feet.
Listen, there are. Listen, let me tell you something. Listen to me very carefully. No lips you've ever kissed are sweeter than this cheese.
Yeah.
This is unbelievable. Smell this. Tell me.
You'll never kiss lips after you do.
No. Try this. Tell me.
Actually, it's a very well-aged.
No, this is a 5-year Gouda.
Yes.
And you know,
I think you can send
Myra's a food.
You can send this down to the birth control people. I think it'll work very well.
No, it is a strong smell.
It is a well-aged cheese.
I think it could stop teenage pregnancy.
Well, no, see what you think. No, and this is James Coogan.
No comment.
This guy, by the way, James Coogan, is just managed this Ideal Cheese Shop.
You know this is not a cheesy show. This is a very expensive set.
You know what? I didn't want to say that because I thought it was a cheesy joke.
Wow, does that smell? Whoa!
It's wonderful. Look
this
at
is like being.
But here's the deal. This guy is the kind. He's like James the cheese guy. You'd have him on. He knows. I bought this cheese and I was putting it in the refrigerator. I said, your cheese is too hard. He says, you're not supposed to refrigerate. You're supposed to keep it at room temperature, which I didn't know. Now I'm getting this and I'm thinking to myself, now I'm saying, I'm loving this cheese and I'm having a little bit.
I'm just thinking of somebody in bed right now. And we're saying what smells, and they probably already know.
Well,
some woman is with her husband saying, honey, they got this cheese.
But listen, it's a little.
And you remind me of and it's like going to the airport, when they take their shoes off.
Right.
That's what this smells like. Why would the guy give me this kind of cheese, though? Why not something that's
there's other kinds. There's all kinds of cheeses.
There's not enough shrink wrap in the world.
There's not one kind of cheese. There's 3. Listen, this is wonderful.
You're releasing the aroma.
They don't all mix.
The fragrance.
No, you're not supposed to have them all at the same time.
Which is the one? Some one of these is a culprit. Which one is?
I think it's this one.
Oh no, it's the Gouda, I think.
It
may be this one, yeah.
Steve Gatula, who is
it's this one.
The head of the food
and this one, guys.
Let me finish the sentence.
Go ahead.
Steve Gatula is the head of the Food and Beverage Association.
Right.
And he seems to really be a good judge of food.
Okay.
And he brought me some tortellini. Now, tortelloni.
Tortelloni, the big
is
ones.
The big ones, yeah.
Right.
Okay. The lini means small, and the loni means big, which, Paul, you could relate to this.
Yeah, right.
So, the tortelloni, I have it at his party at Christmas time. And I would like to make a gift of this cheese to him.
Well, you're gonna hurt James Coogan's feelings.
No, I'm not. I mean, he knows that this is.
Now this looks really good.
It's great. This is unbelievable.
No, this smells good. That's
well, this is what this is all about. The reason I brought this is what I came in to buy. And he said, I'm a great fan of yours. Please give this to him with my compliments. Read the card. I mean, it's so sweet.
This was aged in a cave in Afghanistan.
Sure.
But this is delicious. Look at that.
This
how
is
delicious
what
that
is
must
this?
be. Apricots.
Apricot. Always
He's
apricot.
very generous, and I really appreciate it.
Apricot cheese?
Ideal Cheese Shop, and it's on 2nd Avenue. It's a shameless plug, but he deserves it.
Now move it down there.
What is this?
This is the one that smells. It has a mold on it.
Oh, no, that's not a mold. That's like you, Myra. It's aged.
I will tell you about this cheese shop.
I got a mold on me, too.
You go to this cheese, it's like going to Tiffany's. It's like you go in there and you're stunned.
Tiffany's has never smelled like that. I'm sorry.
That's pretty good.
Oh, my goodness.
And with some jam on it, put a little jam on it, and you have the cracker. It's the combination is unbelievable. Just put a little jam on it.
Pass that down.
You don't eat cheese. You're so silent. I was watching you on the show,
Sidney
and
Myer?
you're like this.
Never says
You're
anything.
sort of like a Zen figure. And you sit there, you're sort of there like this Zen figure listening, and you have this kind of, it's an interesting, I'm just looking as just a viewer.
All right, we should tell everybody that Paul plays brilliantly and is a wonderful writer, artist, and a movie actor, been in a lot of films.
Yes.
And he's tonight going to perform. Did we get a crowd from outside tonight?
Oh, I see them all over.
Were we able to do that?
There's almost too many of them.
No, I was gonna
Girls, stay back, girls.
I was going to bring a crowd.
Relax.
I was going to bring a crowd in here, but we didn't have a chance to gather them outside, and you know, they were holding torches. So
yeah.
we
Listen, sometimes one is a crowd, so that's fine. I totally understand.
We want to gather around the piano because
let's do it. That'd be great.
You do these great songs, and Sidney Myer should probably be the object of your affection tonight, because I think you'll get him to talk a little bit. You know, he's. Did you ever work at Don't Tell Mama?
No, I haven't.
All right, well,
I haven't been there. I've heard a lot about it.
You're the only one who hasn't.
No, I've heard. By the way, I have one more gift for you. This is from John Bressler.
Oh, I love that.
John, it says he knows you, so I went into the barber shop.
Santa Maria Novella.
Exactly. So I go in there, and the guy Segan says to me, "What are you doing?" I said, "I got to just trim me up. I'm going on the hair. You know, I go on the air tonight." And he said, "Great. What are you doing, Joey Reynolds?" He said, "Oh, I love Joey Reynolds." And I said, "Well," he said, "Would you take him a gift for us?"
What
I said,
is it?
So John, what is this? What is this interrogation?
I need to know.
I feel like this is like a Holocaust interrogation. No, this is a beautiful. It's a pomegranate stone. You can put it in your drawer or put it on the.
A pomegranate.
Yeah, well, open it up.
Right,
You'll see.
well,
It's unusual.
I'll tell you what it is.
You rub your feet on it?
I went to. You guys are all talking at once. This is very Jewish.
Yeah,
I went to Florence, Italy, and Santa Maria Novella is a monastery, Dominican monastery that has been closed, and half of it is turned into a military installation for the government in Italy. The other half is Santa Maria Novella, which is the place where the monks used to make the pharmaceuticals for the Pope. And they make the shaving cream for the Pope. I mean, I don't know about the current Pope, but this was years ago. And their favorite scent and spice is pomegranate. And that's the one they use in many of their formulas. And it's very exquisite. It really is exquisite.
Well, he said this is their #1 seller, and he said, give this to Joey, he'll really appreciate it.
You can take a bite out of it?
It's Joey's favorite brand. It's Joey's
No, I know it is.
favorite
That's why I brought it. I knew that. And so I brought it in. But you can put it in your drawer, you know, in your whatever.
May I help you with that?
So the Santa Maria Novella store is on Lafayette.
Goldie can.
Yes, it is. And he said they have stores all over the country. And I said, you guys ought to be a sponsor of the show if you love them that much. He said, well, have them call me.
LAFCO Distributors or
So
whatever.
that's how quickly.
Smell that.
When John said he didn't know that you were on here.
Yeah. Well, everybody's discovering the show now, and you know, after tonight, we may never see them again.
Probably not.
All right, you're going to play. We're going to sing, and we're going to have some fun with you.
Now, here's the
wait
antidote
till you.
for the cheese.
That's great. Wait till you hear this guy's talent here. This makes up for that cheese.
Okay. Good.
Although I love the cheese taste,
listen,
but I'm going to eat the cheese while I stick this in my nose.
There you go. The best combination.
We're going to have Paul Hampton in just a minute. Be right back.
Hi, I'm fitness celebrity Jennifer Nicoli. And if you're busy like me, then stay tuned because I'm excited to share with you the most innovative piece of exercise equipment ever.
Introducing the Ab Circle Pro, the fastest, easiest way to have the flat washboard abs and the sexy V shape you've always wanted.
Are you struggling to lose those love handles nobody loves? Now there's a machine so advanced, it targets your entire core, upper, middle, and lower abs, and even your obliques, all in one circular motion as it aerobically burns fat in just minutes a day.
The secret is the Ab Circle Pro combines cardio and abs to burn fat, while its unique friction-free track uses the momentum of gravity to target your entire midsection in a full circular motion, firing your core like no other machine has ever done. You'll firm and flatten your stomach in just weeks, not months. We guarantee it. Best of all, it's fun and easy and takes just 3 minutes a day. And watch this. Simply remove the pin, and the Ab Circle Pro becomes a fat-burning bun and thigh machine.
On the Ab Circle Pro, I lost almost 3 dress sizes in a few short weeks.
With the Ab Circle Pro system, I've now lost 60 pounds, I feel great, and I'm one hot mama.
And now, through this exclusive TV offer, the Ab Circle Pro can be yours to try in your home for 30 days for just $14.95. And if you call within the next 10 minutes, we'll send you Jennifer Nicoli's complete Lose Your Love Handle system, which includes our 3-minute express workout and nutritional guide, absolutely free. That's everything you need to transform that body from flab to ab.
You have nothing to lose but inches. So pick up the phone and call now.
Call 1-800-709-1301 to try Absicle Pro for $14.95 plus shipping with credit card order. Call now for a free upgrade to priority processing so you'll get your Absicle system in 7 to 10 days or less. That's 1-800-709-1301. Call now.
Oh, come on. We're just friends. And at NBC, and do we have a little bit of that NBC? They got rid of the peacock, so let's see if we can get rid of that little. They used to have a chime, you know.
Yes.
And it would go like this, Paul. It would go NBC. Like Paul Hampton there. Is that where it?
Let's do something new.
It's the right keys, yeah.
Why not do a new number?
Yeah. Can you make a song out of this show here? This is a show that's got a window to the world. You got a little bit of that?
I do. Down in Oklahoma, the windows of the world are not quite as wide open as they could be. But maybe that's why life is simpler than it would be if we open wide the windows of the world. People say, don't you miss the hustle? Well, there's still a lot of that. But not so it gets in the way of living. And when you don't get back the love you're giving, you can simply shut the windows to the world. But if tomorrow I suddenly were discovered plucking on my life strings behind the shutters, I would still be the same. It's just that my window frame would be wide and I could see farther. But farther brings you nearer, and nearer brings you home. And home has always been where the heart is, which takes me right back where I started, looking through the windows too, through the windows too, through the windows of the world.
You're not going to get out of here without It's Easy. You got to do It's Easy.
Yeah, how can someone ever care too much? Easy. How can passion ever be too deep? Easy. How can fears strip away all the joys of the day until we lose the way to tomorrow? Easy. How can words stop coming from your heart? Easy. How can we be too good to be true? Easy. How can human concern make you think it's a turn of the key in the lock of commitment? You know. Easy.
Wait. How about the relationship when it's over? When you have a divorce?
You say your dreams were trampled by the wedding march, and now you're wondering what you did wrong. You wonder if there is such a thing as harmony anywhere but in a country song. If I were you, I'd celebrate your freedom with only just a little remorse. You never liked her friends, she never liked yours. Congratulations on your divorce. Congratulations, whatever they were. Congratulations on your divorce. And who wants to hear that? We want to hear. Let's hear. Let's hear Love Is a Crown. I'm doing the Valentine's thing.
Well, we got to hurry. I want to have you come back, but I want to get a crowd from outside.
Good.
So you come back next week.
I'll do it.
And we'll get a crowd, and we'll bring them in here.
Great.
And they'll stand around, and you can do what you do very well, which is you make up these songs. I mean, you're brilliant.
Right. Beautiful.
Paul Hampton. And you can, where do we see you perform?
We're
You're over at a
be
place.
El Pastino on Valentine's night, having a musical supper there at 347 East 49th Street. And it's going to be come with yourself party. If you're with somebody or not, bring them along. And the whole thing, we're walking the line between everlasting love and everlasting love.
And I want to thank Paul Dver and Goldie Dver tonight, and Myra, and also Sidney Myer and Paul Hampton and the whole crew for doing such a wonderful job and going along with this great variety show that's spontaneous from Times Square. Right. I want to say to everybody, thank you so much for making the show what it is today. And let a smile be an umbrella, don't get a mouthful of rain.
There are 13,000 cabs in New York City, but there's only one that pays you. Climb into the cash cab and I will quiz you all the way to your destination. As the meter clicks, the questions get harder and the stakes get higher. You get stumped, you can shout out for help on the phone or off the street. But be careful, my friend, because in this ring, it's 3 strikes and you're out. So what do you say?
I decided to take a look at the list of ingredients and was shocked to find out how many chemicals were in this particular formula. As a hobby, I've been practicing piano since I was the age of 3. Now I'm 30-something, right? So I decided to go into my kitchen in between breaks of practicing the piano and make my own creams. Started to give them as gifts to other friends, and they started to fall in love with it, gave it as gifts to their friends, and then it became this business.
How did you go from A to B?
I sent it to a cosmetic chemist because I wanted to get it tested. She was so impressed with it. It gave me the confidence. And one of my friends went to a spa in Arizona. She ran into the spa director, gave her one of my creams, and that spa director placed an order.
And the road unfolded. So this leads you then to create a second business called Savor the Success, because you wanted to be in touch with other women entrepreneurs. Talk about that a little bit.
I think when you're venturing into something new, you're reinventing yourself, you feel a little scared, you know, so I thought you needed the support of other women entrepreneurs. SavorTheSuccess.com now has over 10,000 approved members. It just grew like wildfire.
But then you have beautiful Sienna, you're one now, who's now one. And now it happens. How do you find the balance? And you made certain decisions now about how you run your life. Talk about it.
I was completely smitten by her. I've been always very career driven, and here was this little bundle of joy, you know, and so she completely changed my life to find balance, you know. In the morning I'm with her, and right at 5 o'clock we stop.
It's interesting to me that you are able to stop at 5, because a lot of other mothers aren't able to do that.
It's what we call a hard stop. That's what I've learned, that you have to just stop, and that's it.
Your big point is don't be afraid of reinventing yourself. Share that message with other moms who might either be sitting on an idea or struggling and trying to find the balance.
Because I was a concert pianist, it was so ingrained in me, and I was getting very burnt out, and I knew I wanted something deep down, but I felt like I had to do it because it was my dad's dream, it was my mom's dream, so I was sort of living their dream, and it was what was expected of me. So I know a lot of moms out there, maybe you're in a job, maybe you're a mom, and you just feel like, you know, you want to do something more, but it's expected of you. My suggestion is baby steps. Just find out what you love to do and do it little by little. We have like 5 different toning mists.
You mentioned that some of your skills translated into this business, which I thought was interesting because this is so far from being a concert pianist.
I think with piano, discipline was such an important part of my daily life that I take it for granted, but I really feel like discipline is what helps me to succeed.
So who would have thought from one little rash would lead to an enterprise?
Right, Aroma was born.
I think you have to declare.
A mom in charge.
Yay. I get a rash, it's just a rash.
She is a mommy miracle makeover. I tried it. It's 1 minute. It's really great. Does my skin look better?
I like her 5 o'clock hard
You all
stop.
look great.
5 o'clock. Bring it here.
We'll see you next time on Moms in the City and a Dad Named Dave.
5 o'clock hard